Morning, it's Anne Hughes here. I hope you're well. I hope that you're having a good Thursday. I had a wee quote scheduled to go up on my page this morning that was about imagine you were as committed to your goals as you are to your excuses. And there was some comments on there and it actually made me think I need to do a wee video on that because I'm in it with you. I'm not saying like I am wise and I have the answer. I don't. But I have contemplation about it. I have a starter for a conversation, I suppose, whether that's a conversation that I ever have with you or whether it's a conversation that you now go on to have in your own head. I think that it's very, we can all admit to the fact that we can rationalise a million reasons why we don't do the stuff that we say we want to do. You know, we've all set goals and ambitions in our lives, haven't we? No matter, it doesn't matter if they're tiny or big, you know, that isn't what's important. And if I was to pull one out in my own, I've been talking about writing a book, certainly since my brain went pop a couple of years ago, but I've been talking about it my whole life. You know, I've got friends, I used to work in a bookshop when I was young, and I've seen a couple of those friends this weekend actually, and they knew that I've always wanted to write about. I never really knew what it was going to be about, but I've always wanted to do it. And now in the last 2.5 years, I've spoken about this, like I'm writing the book, I'm going to be an Oprah with the book, you know, it's very big, but do I turn up at my laptop every single day and tap away at those keys in order to let the book be born, to let the book be written? No, I don't. And I can rationalise that to myself in so many ways. I've got 3 kids, I'm working, I'm busy, I've got a headache because I get a lot of headaches, and I can rationalise it all day long, all day long. I could tell you why I have not written that book yet. And then I try to be quite zen about it. So I start saying, the book will write itself when I'm ready to write it. I just need to wait for the divine intervention that's going to arrive in my being and let me write the book. Bullshit as well, Annie. It is. And so if I start to think about it a wee bit more, I go to a place of, this is sort of what I signed up for. And I signed up for it. I signed an agreement with myself that I was going to write a book, that's really what I want to do. That's what's going to make me feel as if I'm on purpose and I'm doing the stuff I want to do. And hopefully I'm inspiring other people with my words. And yet I've still not done it. But if it's what I've signed up for, then there is no excuse. There is no, I'll do it eventually or I'll try. Just, you know, Yoda, there is no try, there is just do. I don't think I've got the quote exactly right, but write the fucking book, Anne. And I hope you can reflect on yourself. Whatever it is you've said you want to do, just do it. We get ourselves convinced that it's easier to make excuses than it is to do the thing, and that is nonsense. It is, quite honestly, we are bullshitting ourselves all day, every day, thinking that we can justify the reasons why we didn't do it. And actually, if every time I thought about writing the book and spent half an hour in my head justifying why I've not written the book yet, if I had spent that half an hour tapping away on my laptop, the book could have been written by now. Your thing could have been done by now. And therefore, I think it's about going to a place in yourself where you make yourself accountable for the fact that you don't just spend half an hour on excuses, that you spend half an hour moving it forward. How do I move this forward today? You know, within work and managing teams and stuff, I'm always saying, how do we move this forward? How can we be accountable to ourselves to move this project forward? And it's always about, on a weekly basis just now, how do we move this forward? How do we move this forward? And yet I don't do it for myself and my own dreams and ambitions. So I think that it's about having a really honest conversation with yourself. You know, get involved in the conversation, have a really honest conversation with me. Maybe we should do a Zoom sometime and have that conversation. If anybody's up for that, let me know. And I'll finish on talking about this wee thing that Wayne Dyer, who's one of my favourite teachers, used to always talk about, that It's a book by Tolstoy, Leo Tolstoy, and it's the life of Ivan Ilyich, who was like a sort of a magistrate lawyer sort of a person in that time. And he just did his work and everything, and he didn't really love his wife and all the rest of it, and he had quite an unsatisfied life in a sense because he just turned up and did his duty. And then he got poorly. I think he fell off a ladder, I think, and hurt himself, but ended up being on his deathbed. And at the end of his life, his wife, who didn't love him and he didn't particularly love, is sitting holding his hand, and he looked at her and he said, what if my whole life I was wrong? And then he fell asleep and he sort of died after that. And it was like his last sort of a real cognitive thought was, what if my whole life I was wrong? And oh my goodness, let's not let our life be that. I cannot get to my deathbed and not have written this book. You cannot get to your deathbed and realise, shit, see that thing I really wanted to do? I never did it, and now it's too late. And what we know, if we know for anything for sure, is tomorrow is promised to none of us. So I don't think we can all be like, well, my death is 40 years away, so I've got plenty of time. We don't know that. And therefore, let's not have our excuses be more important than our ambitions today. A bit longer the video than I maybe intended. But please be in the conversation with us, because I think, Avid Insights, just even recording this video, get in that conversation with yourself. And if you can, if you have people around you, get in the conversation with them. My pals encourage me to write all the time. I'm still not doing it, but at least I know that they're at my back. So have a nice conversation with yourself about how you're going to reach your goals. And actually, the Zoom idea is a great one. If anybody would like to do a wee Zoom and have a conversation about that, let's set up a wee Ignite Zoom and make that happen. Have a good Thursday and a good weekend if I don't speak to you again. And I'll see you soon. Bye.